This is where it gets fun. This is where the GH fast actually starts becoming part of your weekly routine, and this is where you want to get to. But I'll explain the benefits of why this is so important. But first, I'm going to teach you how to do it. Now, I realize this is super confusing because there's a 24-hour fast. How do you work that into your timed eating protocol? And just to be clear, you can extend it past 24 hours. If you get to 24 hours and you're feeling good, go 30, go 36, because that is the ideal GH fast length. But if you don't feel like you can make it to 24 hours, stop early. That's why we plan it on one side and we create it on the other. So this is the big focus of this phase. Phase 3 is establishing a 24-hour fast at least once a week. If it's longer than 24 hours, awesome. If it's shorter, no problem. Still awesome, as long as each week we get closer and closer to 24. Remember, this is not a race. This is a change in your lifestyle. And as you're able to incorporate it comfortably so you can live with it, that's when you're going to have the long-term body fat, metabolism, and weight changes. Don't worry if you can't hit 24 right away or if you just don't feel comfortable. But here's how it's going to go down. It's about to go down. All right, so you have 2 days with a 4-hour eating window, 2 days with a 2-hour, 3 days with a 2-hour eating window, and one of them is attached to the GH fast, and then 2 days with a 6-hour eating window. So notice that there's 8 days. There's 8 days in the week. To make this less confusing, yes, because this would count as a day. However, you're going to eat for 2 hours right after. Here's what I mean. So don't let me confuse you. I've redone this video 4 times because I wanted to simplify it. Here's the simplification. After your 24-hour fast, you will have a 2-hour eating window, and then you will fast for 22 more hours, and then a 6-hour eating window. Because here's why, and this is from experience, and it's going to best help your body. You're going to have one meal after your 24-hour fast. And check this out. We are going to plan our GH fast for Wednesday, Thursday. So on Wednesday, I'm doing the 4-hour eating window. Here it is. Boom. And then I will stop eating on Wednesday at 5. And I will not eat again until Thursday at 5:05. So I put the GH fast advantage label here because that's the hardest part. You go to sleep, you wake up, you're hungry, you want to eat, you want to eat, you want to eat. The longer you can stretch that out, the better. Now, wherever you start eating, keep that eating window to 2 to 1 hours because it's probably going to be before bed. You don't want to eat a whole bunch of food. You want to just make sure that it's a small eating window. But the next day, you can literally start whenever you want. You can start at 7 a.m. in the morning eating. You can start whenever you want, and you have a 6-hour eating window. This is your refeed. So here, refeed day, 18:6, right here, right after. So keep this in mind. When you do your GH fast, your 24-hour GH fast 1, you will have 24 hours fasted and then a 2-hour fed window, 22 more hours fasted, and then a 6-hour window. But if you want to eat sooner on your refeed day, go right ahead. You don't necessarily have to wait until 1 p.m. But if you can, do it. Because all we're trying to do is boost your metabolism by lowering insulin and upregulating growth hormone. And I'll show you the benefits of that in a second. But first, I'm going to just clarify the rest. So the main new thing is this order, 24, 2, and 6. And the way I simplified it is usually the nomenclature for a fast-fed rhythm is hours fasted followed by hours fed. I reverse it right here just for clarity's sake. So here is hours fed followed by 24 hours of fasting, therefore not eating till 5:05 p.m. Why 5:05? Make sure you get a solid 24 hours. And by the way, if you can stretch it to 6 p.m., 25 is better than 24. Always. If you're not hungry, don't eat. If you're starving, I'm telling you it's mostly psychological. Because my friends, if you have one of these, which is 5 pounds of fat, you have calories on reserve. If you have 2 of these, you have 100,000 calories waiting to be used. When we get into the GH fast, it allows us to tap into those calories, and that's what we want. That's what we're going for. So the longer you can extend the GH fast, and if you haven't figured this out, this is where the magic happens. The better you're going to do, the faster your metabolism is going to go, and the better you will feel, because each week you'll tap into it better and better, and it's going to speed up your metabolism, which really in this situation means ability to use fat for energy. That's what this is all about. And just to wrap it up, make sure you have 2 days of 24. Notice I put that on here on Sunday, 4-hour eating window, and also on Wednesday, 4-hour eating window. And make sure you have your refeed day. No one wants to miss that refeed day. And I have one right here. And this is the fun one. You literally can start whenever you want to eat on this day. But the longer you wait, the better. Does that bother you? Kind of bothers me. That's right there. By the way, I couldn't get my app to work. That's why I'm doing it in this weird way. Never mind. That's a problem that you don't have to worry about. But I can't wait to do it on my tablet so I can write them in. Anyway, the 2-hour eating windows, one right here, and one following the GH fast. This is like the imaginary extra day, is the 2 hours you get to eat after the GH fast. And last but not least, and the most important one, your 0-hour day is technically from 5 p.m. to 5:05 p.m. And how I made it less confusing is I'm reversing the nomenclature. 4 hours, 24 hours. The big takeaway, make sure that after your 24-hour fast, you give yourself 2 hours of eating and then a 6-hour refeed. The rest of the days you can structure as you like. And let's wrap this video up by saying this. When you plan out your week before, do not just make it up as you go. That does not work. I can give you lots of reasons, but I'll just tell you from my own experience, it does not work. From clients that have tried in the past without planning it out, it does not work. But plans aren't always followed through, and that's okay. So if you plan it, but something changes and you don't stick to it, or you even extend it further, write it in here. Write down when you start, when you stop your fast each day. When you start eating, stop. Start fasting, stop fasting. That way you have notes on it, and you can write what was hard, but keep a record of this, because this will help us grow your 24-hour fast. Because in phase 4, we're going to work up to 36 hours. And maybe you won't make it to phase 4. If you stay in phase 3 the rest of your life, you're going to be ahead of most people and way ahead of where you were before. All right, if you have questions, put them in the comments below. We will answer them. And I hope that you realize that this is where the magic happens. This is the most important part of the GH fast advantage of any fasting. And even if you don't make it to 24, say you make it to 20, bam. Say you make it to 22, bam. Say you make it to 23 and a half, bam. So don't be hard on yourself. It takes a while. But the reason it feels crappy and poopy and like you're hungover when you're going past 18 hours, 19, 20 hours of fasting, 21, is because your body doesn't remember how to use fat for energy again. The more you do this, the better it's going to remember, relearn, and start doing it. It will do it if you give it the chance. So give it the chance. Grateful you're watching this video. Grateful that you are going to improve your metabolism naturally and long term. And grateful for you. Most grateful man on the planet. I'll see you in the next video.